Hello YouTube. I'm in the Green Dragon Yard in Stockton, starting off a day of in the wild game hunting. The northeast has got a fairly new chain of game shops called Granger Games, and there's 4 in the area that I can reach today in good time frame. So I'm going to have a look at those, and Chips as well, a classic old games chain shops that have been around before Game and Game Station. That's what I used to go to as a kid. So we'll see what we can find out in the wild. First find of the day, a couple of Xbox games for £1 each in cash converters in Stockton, pretty decent. I'm checking off a list of games that are compatible with the 360, so you get Xbox games for dirt cheap that way, because it's kind of a forgotten console. It's in the middle, it's not retro and it's not modern, so the games are cheap as chips. Went in the first charity shop, and to my surprise there was Mega Drive, Master System, an Xbox and loads of PlayStation. Unfortunately nothing that I wanted, and the prices are a bit weird, you know, £2.50 for crappy old sports titles, and they're nothing that I wanted. But that's a good sign. If charity shops in this area have lots of games, I might find some cool stuff. So onwards and upwards. Well, I'm pretty gutted to find out that Granger Games, this newish chain of video game shops, doesn't do retro games. Apparently they used to, it just wasn't pulling enough money in. So I said to the fella behind the counter, I said, you're missing a trick there, surely. You know, word spreads, if you're a chain that are selling retro games and there's not much competition for that, then word will get around and you get a whole new demographic of people coming to your store, but apparently it just doesn't pull enough money in. They haven't got the space to dedicate to retro games. You know, just a couple of shelves really. I mean, you've got an entire wall of 360 games. I mean, half the shop is 360 games. Surely they've got space for a couple of shelves. Some Mega Drives, some Dreamcasts, some, you know, N64. No, can't spare the space apparently. So there's only Chips that does it still, and then you've got your cash converters and your charity shops and that kind of thing. So yeah, retro game hunting out in the wild, not much to choose from.
Yeah, we go with you.
Well, I've just come out of Chips in Stockton and I'm really depressed. Had a really long chat with the fella that works there, awesome fella. Chips in Stockton is franchised, so it's kind of his own business. But Chips in general is going downhill. They're closing stores. The one in Middlesbrough's gone apparently. One in Redcar's gone. I mean, this was the game shop that I grew up with. It's where I went when I was a kid to get, you know, it's the place that I first ever saw Sonic Hedgehog running on an imported Mega Drive, and no one had seen anything like it. And yeah, it's the game shop I grew up on, and it's not doing well. Apparently, you know, internet sales are killing game shops. They just can't survive. So yeah, really depressing. I mean, you'll see from the footage that I took, amazing selection of retro stuff, unbelievable. selection of retro games. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, even had one of those Panasonic GameCube combos for 250 quid, boxed and complete, and I've never seen one of them in real life. But I mean, old Atari 7600 games, Game Gear, Dreamcast, Mega Drive, you'll see from the unbelievable selection. It really does it for the love of it, you know. Real labour of love, that shop. But he's saying he's struggling to stay open. He says if someone offered him 100 grand for it, he'd take it, and yeah, it's a real struggle apparently. Internet sales are killing gaming. So I got a few things from there. Probably paid a little bit more than I could have done if I'd have searched on eBay for these things, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I want to support those kind of stores, especially Chips that I grew up on. So yeah. Right, so despite that slightly depressing tone to the day's trip out to Stockton, I did pick up quite a lot of games that I'm happy with, some good bargains, and it was mainly original Xbox, as I explained in the video there. They're dirt cheap at the moment, they're in that middle stage, and I'm kind of going down the list of games that are compatible with 360, because I don't want to get an original Xbox again. Frankly, I can't fit it into my setup, so, but there's quite a lot of the really good games are playable on 360, so without further ado, in cash converters for £1 each, I got Far Cry, Instincts, and Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. I'm sure I already played that and finished it, but it's a great game. I'll go through it again. From Chips, my favourite game store of all time. So sad what's happening to those independent game stores. I got Blinks 2 for £6. Spyro, which is another one of those games that looks like a kid's game, but that's actually really good apparently. I think that was about £5. Yeah, £4 or £5. And Scrapland, which was £5, which I hadn't heard anything of before, but apparently that's really good as well. Yeah, again, I could have got these cheaper on eBay if I wanted, but I don't care. I like to support those kind of places. Also from Chips, I got a loose cart of Toki for the Mega Drive. Now this is to go in with the current project that I've got, and getting loose carts to reunite them with the boxes and manual, because I picked up a massive load of empty Mega Drive boxes and spare manuals, if you didn't see my previous video. So the idea is save a lot of money on getting the bare carts. So reunite it with its box and manual, and all in really good condition. So Toki on a Mega Drive, cool. Goes for about 12 quid on eBay, so quite often. What else did I get from there? I think that's it from Chips. Yeah. Okay. On to Game Station, where I got five for a tenner. I got Rayman 3, which apparently actually doesn't work on 360, unfortunately, because I love Rayman games. Oh, Rayman Origins looks amazing! Oh my god, looks so gorgeous. Can't wait for that to come out. Indiana Jones, Emperor's Tomb, supposed to be really good. Sonic Heroes, in really good condition. Original Halo, gotta have that in your collection for 2 quid. Come on, I'm sure I'll play through it again. And Shrek 2, another game that looks like a kid's game, but apparently plays really well. So that's 5 or 10 at Game Station. Really happy with those pickups. On to Computer Exchange. Ninja Gaiden, that was £3. Supposed to be rock hard. That'll be fun. And Amp 2 for £3. I love the first one of these. But it's so chilled out, so relaxing. Good to play it after a smoke, if you know what I mean. So that should be fun. So yeah, I mean, absolute shed load of original Xbox games. Show you them stacked up. So that is my new collection of original Xbox games. Every one absolute winner. Got 3 more though to add to that collection, and these came from Tutti UK. We did a trade. I sent him some boxes from the Mega Drive that he needed to complete some of his spare carts, and he sent me 3 original Xbox games, which I'm absolutely delighted with. Star Wars Republic Commando, which is like a first-person shooter, but also has some squad elements to it. That's really fun. Blinks. Again, I got the second one in the shop. Picked the first one up from Tutti UK, and that is a very underrated game in my opinion. A lot of fun. Didn't quite turn out to be the mascot that Microsoft were hoping it was going to be to rival Sonic and Mario, but underrated game nonetheless, I think. And Oddworld, Munch Odyssey. So I'm just so happy with this. There's an absolute stellar collection of titles from the original Xbox, and you know, I did actually try and pick up some current gen. I thought I'll have a look, see if I can find some bargains, but I just wasn't inspired by anything that I saw on current gen. Obviously I'm going to get Skyrim eventually, but aside from that, there's just nothing that grabs my inspiration. I think, you know, the variety and the originality has really gone out of games. Yeah, I really think that's a problem. I also picked up a new system today in GameStation for £2.50. I got a Game Boy Advance. The screen's in a really good condition. Of course, these original Advances, they're not backlit, so not quite as beautiful to play as the SPs, but it's a cool system nonetheless. Now, this was inspired by one of the things that I found in my parents' attic, which I'm not going to be able to fit into this video. I'll show you in the next one. A treasure trove of stuff. A lot of it, my original collection from when I was a kid, and stuff that I've added to it over the years, but I've just forgotten about. One thing I found in my parents' attic was Mario Kart Super Circuit, just the box though. So I'm going to try and find a loose cart of that for cheap on eBay. But I thought, yeah, I haven't got a handheld, so that inspired me to pick up a Game Boy Advance, and lo and behold, I came across one for £2.50, so absolutely brilliant. There's other pickups, loads of stuff actually still to show from eBay, but I'm going to have to fit that into another video. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and speak to you guys later. Bye bye.